Hello again, dear lovely IELTS candidates. Hope you're fine. I'm back again. And today we're going to work on, as you remember, this session, I told you about it, is about writing opening sentence in IELTS Academic Writing Task 1, about diagram, process diagrams, and maps. Well, I don't know if you remember or not. In the first session, when we analyzed different types of charts in Task 1 Academic Writing, I told you about two types of process diagrams. The first one was numbered, where we are provided with a diagram in which there are numbers, number of stages, and another type of diagram was unnumbered. All right, so we'll start with the first we'll start with numbered one. And as you can see on your screen, this is a type of numbered diagram. So it is the life cycle of a large fish. It's called salmon. So we are provided with a life cycle of salmon, and the stages are written here. There are 3 stages of the life cycle of salmon. So this is a process diagram of numbered. Now, let's read the question. The diagrams below show the life cycle of a species of a large fish called the salmon. Now, we're going to change this. And remember that most of the times, the question about diagrams, processes, are short. So we do not need to write so many words, right? So if your opening sentence is short, so don't worry. It mostly happens about diagrams and processes. All right. Now let's read the question again and change the words. So the diagrams, instead of diagrams, you can write the illustrations. All right. So instead of diagrams, we write illustrations. Below show, instead of show, we can write highlight. The life cycle. So the life cycle, we can change it cycle of life. All right. So pretty easy. Life cycle, cycle of life. Of a species of a large, so instead of large, we can write sizable. Fish called, known as. So known as is the synonym of called, the salmon. Now, when we change the words, our sentence will be something like this. The illustrations highlight the cycle of life of a sizable fish known as the salmon. So, that would be better if we changed the word order, all right? So we have sizable fish, all right, known as the salmon. So we put it in the middle of a sentence. And we change a little bit. We change the sentence a little bit. And our opening sentence will be this one. The illustrations highlight the process by which, all right, so we add this useful phrase, the process by which a sizable fish known as the salmon complete their cycle of life. That is a good opening sentence. I read it again. The illustrations highlight the process by which a sizable fish known as the salmon complete their cycle of life. All right, that's it. Now let's turn to another type of process or diagram, and it is unnumbered. So as you can see on your screen, this is actually a very famous process. You have seen so many times in different websites, right? This is the production stages of salmon production, right? Now, it is unnumbered. We do not have any numbers. Number of stages are not included here. So we first read the question carefully, and then we'll change the words. The diagrams below show the stages and equipment used in the cement making process and how cement is used to produce concrete for building purposes. All right. Now we're going to change the words. We have so many words here that actually need to be changed. The diagrams, instead of diagrams, we can write the two representations or the two illustrations, all right? Any of these words is okay. So instead of the diagrams, we write the two representations below. Show, instead of show, we can write illustrate. The stages, instead of stages, we can write steps. And equipment, instead of equipment, we can write tools. Used, instead of used, we can write required. In the cement making process. So instead of this, we can write for producing cement, right? And how cement is used to produce. So cement is used to produce something. So it is converted into something, right? And we can write this one, this phrase, converting it into, all right? And converting it into concrete for building purposes. So instead of building purposes, we can write construction needs. Construction needs. So our opening sentence will be this one. The two representations illustrate the steps and tools required for producing cement and converting it into concrete for construction needs. This is a very good opening sentence, really great one. We've changed all the necessary words. We've used idioms. We've used synonym language instead of these words. And the information is actually kept. The necessary information is kept. We have not changed it. So we have only rephrased the question. This is what the examiner expects you to do. Only change the words, use synonym language, and provide information that is also included in the question, right? So it is the same. We have only changed the words. And that makes a great opening sentence. All right, now let's take a look at map. You know, well, what maps are. Maps usually illustrate the changing of a location of a city, of a particular place. Actually, that place is imaginary always. And you should actually tell about the changes that has taken place, that have taken place in that area, right? So as you can see on your screen, this is a kind of map question. And there are always two maps, before and after. So the two maps below show an island before and after the construction of some tourist facilities. All right, so we're going to change here 4 words, right? The question itself is pretty short. It's not long. So we only need to change some words. So the two maps, instead of maps, we cannot use any other word. So we keep it, the two maps below. Show. So there is a comparison, right? So instead of show, we can write compare. The two maps compare an island before and after. So instead of before and after, you can write prior to and following. Prior to, before, and following, after. The construction. Instead of construction, you can write developments of some tourist facilities. So instead of tourist facilities, you can write tourism purposes. Tourism purposes. All right. So we add another word, carried out, after developments, all right? And we complete our opening sentence. So it would be like this. The two maps compare an island prior to and following some developments carried out for tourism purposes. And this is a great one. Believe me. Yeah, if the examiner reads this opening sentence, he will assess your ability just by reading this one. Right. So I reiterate my sentence again. Your first sentence, your opening sentence in your writing, even in task 2 that we will cover later, is one of the most important sentences. Because the examiner all examiners assess your writing just by reading your first and two sentences, right? So work more on this, let's say, opening sentences. You can download so many charts and graphs from the internet, and you can write so many opening sentences. Just by practicing more, you'll be able to write a very great opening sentence in your IELTS exam. All right, that's the end of our today's session. We've finished working on opening sentence. Our next session will be about nouns. So we'll work on nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs, all right, in writing task 1. And after that, we will start with writing the data itself. I hope you've enjoyed this part and has been really helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can simply write in comments and I will kindly answer all your questions. Until next time, enjoy your time, stay tuned, and goodbye.